Welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. We have a treat in store for you. I'm thrilled to be joined by Rebecca Ahmed, who's an award-winning speaker, business consultant, and Energy Leadership Index Master Practitioner. She's also a professional certified coach with the International Coaching Federation, and she advises companies of all sizes on how to create a motivational workplace culture by transforming the energy and enthusiasm of their teams. She has a new book, which we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes. So, Rebecca, we know that legions of workers consider their work monotonous or meaningless and are just punching the clock. And certainly this is costing the economy, the lack of engagement, over $8 trillion globally. Thrilled to have you on the program, Rebecca. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for throwing out those stats right at the beginning. I love it.
You know, it's important that people understand it's easy to appreciate it sort of locally in your own organization, but when you understand that sort of that global impact, it's pretty wild. So, Rebecca, I always love to get to know the person behind the microphone. Tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and how you became so passionate about this topic.
Absolutely. So as you shared, I'm Rebecca Ahmed. I am the oldest of 11, so come from a huge family from Las Vegas, Nevada. And, you know, I've opened up these hotels and casinos all over the world, but primarily in Las Vegas. So I opened up Encore, Cosmopolitan, and you get to work with diverse people from all over this world. And by being the oldest of so many and getting to see how people are motivated differently through my siblings, I was able to really bring that energy into the workplace. And now I've really transformed that into a book to show people energy is the modern day currency. And this is how you can really engage and start ticking down that $8 billion or $1 trillion that you just mentioned.
Absolutely, Rebecca. I hear the passion in your voice, which is great, which is why you wrote this fantastic book. It's called The Energy of Success, Power Up Your Productivity, Transform Your Habits, and Maximize Workplace Motivation. That's something we all want to do. So what prevalent destructive attitudes do people with negative energy bring to their work, Rebecca?
There's two types. So you can really start reflecting internally, and that's where self-doubt, that's where those limiting beliefs come in, and you feel really tired because you're not getting to really hone in on that passion and execute on your vision and goals. And the second one is combative, when you're angry, when you want to fight with everyone. These two really drain people because you can't always run through mud and you're always tired. And so when that impacts the workplace, it has a really strong negative effect.
Absolutely. And, you know, that's sort of on the challenging or the negative side. But in contrast, what constructive attitudes do people with positive energy bring?
Oh my goodness. Think about when you're in flow. Just think about how you and I are connecting right now. It's so exciting. Time flies by. You're innovative, you're creative. Things are clicking. It's so much fun. And when you do that, you're really connected to the end product. You're connected to your values, you're connected to your goals. And that is everything that the energy of success is about.
I'm chatting with Rebecca Ahmed. She's an award-winning speaker and business consultant, and she advises companies of all sizes on how to create a motivational workplace culture by transforming the energy and enthusiasm of their teams. Rebecca, in your book, The Energy of Success, you make the case that even in a job we find mundane or frustrating, we have the ability to shift our energy and fall back in love with our job. We all want to do that. How is that so?
Because you connect with your values. When you understand your values and you understand the vision that you're working towards, then you know why you're at work, why you're doing what you're doing, and it's connected to who you are. It's not about punching the clock. It's about giving something to the world and creating change. And so no matter what job you do, you have an end goal and you have something that will impact people. And so when you understand that, that's when you get energized. That's when you realize it's not about just punching in and out.
Rebecca, when we started the conversation, I shared some statistics that the lack of motivation leads to a loss of productivity and is reported to cost the economy over $8.1 trillion globally. And in fact, it seems that according to the recent State of the Global Workforce Report, found that less than 1/4 of the U.S. workforce is engaged at work. Oh my gosh, that's so terribly sad. And I'm curious, why is negative energy in workplaces so pervasive, and how do we get stuck in these negative energy patterns?
Ooh, you just asked a hard question. This is multifaceted or nuanced, I would say, because you have a lot of opportunity from the individual side, but you also have a lot of opportunity from the company side. What I look at this from that angle, there's a values misalignment. And what companies are looking for and what people are looking for, we do align. It's just that we're not communicating effectively and we're not getting on that same page. And that's the opportunity. And then we can actually place constructive energy to get to our aligned vision, our aligned mission, and our aligned goals. That values misalignment, that's the biggest disconnect right now.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's something, as I said earlier, that big businesses, small businesses, all organizations, in fact, are getting after this. So, Rebecca, so many of our listeners are entrepreneurs, small business owners, and, these stats matter to them as well. But is this something that only those large companies with the ticker symbols can make a difference on?
Not at all. Think about, I'm an entrepreneur. You need energy to wear the 20 million hats that you're wearing every single day. Or energy is that currency. So if you had more energy, you could be able to accomplish what you need and also place resources to assist you in your goals as an entrepreneur. So this can be for everyone. And that's what I love about it, because it teaches the individual, no matter where you're at, whether you're an entrepreneur or in a global company, how to shift your own energy, and then also how you create sustainable business practices to move forward. And entrepreneurship of all things really needs that, because you have to get out of that growth phase into that success phase.
Absolutely. I've been chatting with Rebecca Ahmed. She's the author of a new book. It's called The Energy of Success: Power Up Your Productivity, Transform Your Habits, and Maximize Workplace Motivation. And certainly a lot of energy right here. We're going to keep up that energy as we move into a very quick break, and then come right back as we continue this conversation, as we break free of destructive energy towards work. We're going to continue our conversation with Rebecca when we return on Get Down to Business in just a moment. Don't touch that dial. Welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Continuing our conversation with Rebecca Ahmed, who has written the book, The Energy of Success. Rebecca, I'm loving the conversation. You just said a moment ago before we cut the break that this is applicable for both big global companies as well as for small businesses. So I know we've piqued the interest of everybody on this program. But Rebecca, what's the key to breaking out of a destructive level of energy, which sometimes we all have?
Yes. So the first step is really understanding, where are you energetically? And I offer an energy leadership index assessment. And this assessment tells you kind of the world you're seeing the lens through. And from there, I can teach you how to create shifts using my energetic success principles so that you can really identify, okay, I'm in destructive energy, but where do I want to go? And how can I control this? And that's what I'm giving to everyone, is the power of control to say, I'm here, but I want to go here.
So true. And, I want to talk about a 3-letter word, something that we all have, and that's our ego. How does our ego impact our energetic fields?
Oh, goodness. Yes. So ego is at the center of when you're experiencing destructive energy. Think about it. When you are seeing the world through a lens of negativity, it's all about poor me, I'm a victim, I'm exhausted, or everyone hates me, or I'm fighting with everyone. It's the I's and the me's. When you start getting out of that and you start connecting with community, it starts becoming the we, and you build more constructive energy through constructive collaboration.
Practical advice, and sticking with that practical theme, because we want to make sure that this is relevant, that folks can put into action something in the weeks and months ahead as we continue in 2024. How can organizations, big and small, promote a motivational workplace culture in which constructive energy flourishes and becomes the norm?
This is a crazy answer. Ask. Lead with curiosity and ask your people what motivates them so you can make a personalized action plan. So many times we just make assumptions, but we don't ask the easy questions so that we actually can make action plans that are personalized to each person, because we all know one size doesn't fit all in clothing, and it doesn't fit all for people either.
So true. Absolutely, Rebecca. I've loved this conversation. I've learned so much. Again, I know the book just came out literally over the past few weeks. It's called The Energy of Success: Power Up Your Productivity, Transform Your Habits, and Maximize Workplace Motivation. I know our listeners will want to get in touch with you and, of course, pick up a copy of the book. How can they do that?
Yes, so the book is available wherever books are sold. And then they can go to www.energeticimpact.com. You'll be able to see all of my updates, all the details on the book, as well as all of my social media platforms that you can follow.
Fantastic, Rebecca. Ahmed. It's a great read. I encourage everybody to check it out, get in touch with you, and start that conversation, because we know that this is something that's affecting the economy. It's affecting our mental health, our personal lives, our professional lives, and we'll link, of course, in our show notes to make it easy for folks to get in touch. What a great conversation throughout the program this week. All of our shows are archived on syklein.com, and of course, you could get in touch via your favorite podcast app. Honestly, just search for Get Down to Business, Apple, Spotify, Google. We've got it all, and we have over 10 years of shows, so you don't want to miss a single episode, and you don't want to miss a single future episode as well. So make sure you subscribe, rate, review, and share so you don't miss a single program. And be sure to check out our sponsors, Tom Mirabali, for all things health insurance and the Affordable Care Act. He is the guru, as we say all the time on this program, for all things health insurance affecting, again, your business and your personal self. Be sure to check out his website, healthplanchicago.com, or give him a ring at 630-863-3477. So believe it or not, that's a wrap this week. We're going to be back on, of course, next Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on AM 560 The Answer. And I love to hear from our listeners. Be sure to get in touch via my website, syklein.com, where we link to all of our guests on the program. And we give you a sneak peek of who's going to be on next week on the show, all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. And frankly, we're always looking for your suggestions on topics that we should focus on as well. To success, let's get down to business. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in.